So I want to kick things off with talking about my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch 2 that recently got announced officially by Nintendo, and my speculation on certain things about it, that we may see from it, or a bit of my hopes and dreams with it as well too, as far as what I hope they do with it to try and make it a better experience for consumers, gamers, worldwide, things like that. It was recently announced that it's the successor to Nintendo Switch, and the name is fine with me. Calling it the Switch 2, I think it's simple. It's great. Fine with that. There were speculation rumors going around it might be called the Super Nintendo Switch or the Switch Pro or some other, crazy, more exuberant or exotic type names where, but I'm glad that they stuck to keeping it simple. It makes sense. We had the first look trailer of it recently as well too, and it looks all right. Just looks more along the lines of maybe kind of like a pro version model of it. I don't know how truly more powerful it's gonna be, or even if it's gonna be next gen at all. So something to think about there and consider. Want to point this out though. All right, so when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2, they are touting that it's gonna play Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games, as well as both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Certain Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date, so we gotta wait on that to hear more. And they did give us a date as far as when they're gonna show off more games and other information, more details. There is gonna be a Nintendo Direct April 2nd, so that's a Wednesday. It looks like there was something I thought was supposed to be going on next month that I thought I'd read and heard about, that maybe this date was meant to be February, just flipped, but I don't know. Looks like Nintendo will also hold Nintendo Switch 2 experience events where consumers can go hands-on with Nintendo Switch 2 in cities around the world. So it looks like for North America at least, they are going to be hosting that in New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, and Toronto. And these are the dates for that. So if you're interested, or if it's a city you want to go to, or you live near or near it, then you might want to jot these dates down. Europe, same thing, take these dates down. So pretty cool stuff there. What concerns me off the bat though is a few things here. Let's go ahead actually and look at this on YouTube. Hold on. Okay. So the look of it is pretty decent, pretty slick. Read that. Don't really have an issue with the look design. It's the Joy-Cons mostly that concern me. That's one of the things, is Joy-Con drift. Is that going to be alleviated with this new type of Joy-Con design in any way? Also you got the button here, which I'm not entirely sure what that's going to be about. And then let's go back a bit. You have the home button here, right? You also got this button, which I'm not too sure what that's going to be about yet either. It's been speculated that could be something to do with either social media, possibly screenshotting or sharing clips, things like that. It's possible. Or it might be an easier way to maybe connect with people online in some way in online gaming. I don't know. That's possible. But yeah, Joy-Con drift. That's a big issue. Pretty much every Joy-Con, almost every Joy-Con in existence on the Switch, original Switch or whatever, or even on the other versions, even I think the handheld, where you can't even remove the Joy-Cons, the Nintendo Switch Lite or whatever, all pretty much get drift at some point. I essentially stick to a Pro controller, so I'm hoping they fix that. We got a bigger screen as well too, which is nice. I don't know if my feelings is I don't know if they'll do an OLED off the bat with this. I know there's an OLED version. I think in most that costs $350 or less, depending, I guess, where you get it from. The other thing too is politically, prices are probably going to change too in the future with what's happening or about to happen. So I'm gonna talk about price point too here, what the Switch 2 might be, and ideally I think that they should price this at between $350 to $400. I don't think they need to go above $400 unless they're doing a bundle or something like that, or you know, or adding some other bells and whistles to it in some way, then it would be like 450, $500 then. Maybe if there's like an OLED version that's like 450, $500 and it comes with like some extra stuff, I can understand that. But I think 350 to 400 is like the sweet spot for this in terms of pricing for the consumer. We'll see. So pretty cool. I also have a concern with online. I noticed that not a few months ago, if not longer, we also got Mario Kart 9 here being kind of shown off. So online, they apparently been working on their online infrastructure. There's been reports about it, like at least dating back to at least like maybe a few months ago, if not longer, into last year, where I think they were doing like some beta testing or having some like people, consumers, things like that, or people just come in and just kind of help with that in some way, test it out, things like that, internal testing, etc. Because I think that what they're doing is they're trying to gear up for a better online experience for the Switch 2. And so that way, not only their first party games that are online, like the next Mario Kart, for example, but third party games can have better online. I think that's very important. I think we're not going to get a super big leap in terms of technology with the hardware itself, but I think in terms of maybe online, you know, capabilities, smooth online play, and other online features, I think it's going to maybe finally come on par with like what our platforms do with Xbox, PlayStation to some degree, even PC. Maybe not fully like be on the same level with features and stuff like that when it comes to online, but because I'm not necessarily expecting like, you know, voice chat being just like on par with how PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X is with voice chat. Heck, I think a lot of people these days use Discord or other type of like voice chat and don't really do in-game. I mean, there's still a lot of people that do in-game voice chat too, don't get me wrong, but my go-to is Discord personally. There might be like the apps they put on here, like there might be the Discord app that's put on here, Twitch app, etc., other apps, things like that you can use in that manner. That's a possibility as well too. So cool stuff there. But yeah, I think because of the reports I've read about and heard about of them trying to fix their online and make it a better experience for Switch 2 at least, I think Nintendo's being smart with that to try and make this Switch 2 be either a heavy focus, if not a very key focus on online gameplay being smooth as possible, and having more games release on this that have multiplayer online components to them, and have them run smoother and better overall, which is good. Personally, Smash Brothers for me is a big one. Like if we do get another Smash Brothers, that's probably like the main one, at least for my Nintendo exclusive game, that I have the most problems with online play. So I'm obviously the Switch Super Smash Brothers Ultimate will run on this most likely, and maybe, just maybe, if the online is made better here, maybe the online will be made better for that. I don't know in other Switch games, but certain Switch games will not run on Switch 2, so not entirely sure here. And then this is the speculation of like this Mario Kart game is going to have 24 players, right? Because of what we're pulling from here. So double the player size just for this game, potentially double the player size for other certain games too, third party and first party alike. Who knows? Very cool stuff though to think about and consider and speculate on, right? As I said, not sure what this button's going to be about. We obviously got the home button, you know, controls here, positive, negative, and this. So yeah, I don't know. Let's go further into it. The dock looks good. Nothing too crazy. I'm glad they kind of kept it relatively the same, just bigger, pretty much. I imagine when they do the direct, we'll get more details on that. We'll possibly get a official release date. My speculation is this could release anytime between maybe summertime, like June, to maybe fall, like the holiday. I imagine holidays the latest they would release it though, just because I think that's what I think the Nintendo Switch originally came out on holiday, or at least that's when consoles usually come out anyway, is like the holiday, like November time frame. So I don't know, but this could be doing something different. Could come out in the summertime. It could. And yeah, it looks like it's going to use the same cartridges as the Switch, so you can play them on the Switch too. Me personally, I'm not going to get it right away. I'm going to wait. The main driving force for me to possibly get it right away, if I even had the money to get it right away, is if the online is better, like truly better, for the gaming ecosystem on the system, mainly for first party Nintendo Switch games that have that, like for Mario Kart, for Smash Brothers, Mario Party, etc., things like that. So that's what is going to be my main key factor for me personally, as far as if I want to get this at all or right away, is if the online for the first party games is a better experience overall, things like that. Because third party wise, I don't really play my Switch for third party games. I usually am mainly a PC gamer now, PlayStation, like secondary, things like that. So my third party games are usually going to be on PC and sometimes PlayStation. So as far as the newer ones go, yeah. So I only have my Switch for exclusives, and that's fine with me. I usually play it docked. I don't play it handheld either. So, mainly because I just stream, make content around this. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited though about this. I think it's a great step in what they're doing. We can only speculate. We don't know the specs fully yet, as far as what it's capable of. There's been rumors and speculation that it's going to be on par, maybe like being like a PS4 Pro type of quality. It could easily do like the base of 720p to 1080p and then get upscaled. Not all games are going to be 30 FPS, some will be 60 and vice versa. We'll see. Probably upscaled. I don't know if I could see it maybe doing 4K, like 1440p type stuff. It might be able to. You have to wait and see if they talk about that. Personally, for me, 4K is not a big deal. I don't really care. Graphics has never been a super number one thing for me. When it comes to games, I care more about gameplay. If it has online, does it have good online functionality, good online smoothness, and all that stuff like that. Servers hold up well, things like that. So, yeah. But we'll find out more April 2nd. It's a Wednesday. And with the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. And hopefully a lot of our questions are answered. Also, like games they can show off, what upcoming games could there be? Obviously a new Mario Kart game. We got Metroid Prime 4. I'm not too sure what else. I think certain games like Tears of the Kingdom will get maybe like an upscale on Switch 2 as well. Certain first party games and certain other games will probably get like, a patch of some kind or whatever, or some type of natural update or upscaling on the Switch 2, possibly to look better, maybe run smoother a bit. But we don't really know what's coming out on the Switch 2 as far as like new games, so they'll probably do some new game announcements, updates, and things like that. Yeah, but I mean, they'll stick to trying to franchises. Like we'll probably get a new Zelda game of some kind, new Mario game of some kind besides Mario Kart, and some of the other ones, maybe some more stuff from Monolith Soft. I mean, we got the the Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition or Remaster coming out in March. That'll probably get some type of patch or upscale on Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever the heck. So yeah, maybe some more family game type stuff, party game type stuff, fighting games possibly as well too. But it's exciting times. Nintendo has always been doing their own thing, kind of on their own island, their own bubble, things like that, and they still do well from a business standpoint overall. It's interesting though, they're releasing this or doing this after the fiscal year. So maybe this current fiscal year that's ends like end of March, maybe they haven't been doing so well. And so maybe they're trying to have the Switch 2 kind of like lead the charge of being like financially a better year for Nintendo. So that's interesting to note too, because of the date chosen here. But yeah, cool stuff, guys. Cool stuff. So that's my thoughts on it. Not super excited. I'll get it probably eventually. Like I said, online is going to be a key factor for me as far as how the online is. And yeah, the games, honestly, like the games, as far as like what games are going to have for it, that's going to be a big seller. I think for a lot of people, it's more so what first party exclusive games or games are you going to have for this hardware to encourage people to want to get it. I think that's the biggest thing for a lot of people, is that, yeah, what games are going to be there? Because why get a new piece of hardware, a gaming console system, if there's not much games to play on it, or good games, that is. So that's my thoughts on it, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Sound off. Are you excited for this? Are you not going to get it all? Are you going to wait for a sale? Hold off, because I'm definitely going to wait probably for like at least a year or so before I pick it up myself. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. Would appreciate a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. My name's Mike. I'll see you in the next one.